Um,
Chi-Town.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is
Chi-Town's
great.
represented.
So
Good. How are
good. You're in
you?
one of my favorite
Nice.
cities. Let's go.
Come on back. We here. We about to start opening back up. So come on through.
I already heard. Summertime in Chicago. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Yo, real quick, man. And I've said this to everybody I talked to today. Everybody did such a great job, man. You guys are amazing in this movie. All right.
Thank you.
I got to start ladies first, and I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Leslie. I mean, I really resonated with your character because you're leaving the Bronx, you're going to college, and you're feeling like you really want to represent who you are, but you don't really have anybody to lean on. Talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for trying to get people to understand who you are as a person and maybe fitting in places where you don't automatically fit in.
Oh man, you see that in Nita big time. And I personally, even just hearing you express how you related, like I felt the same way. It was the first time me seeing in a character that was gonna be on screen, like, oh, this is a story, like this is a thing that like a lot of people feel, and also the pressure and the guilt of admitting, that you're afraid of what you feel like you're destined to do. I would just say, to your question, through Nina, I learned that it's not only you being able to be who you are, the fullness of who you are, where you are embraced and accepted. It's acknowledging all the more that you have to be the fullness of who you are in the spaces where there's nobody else like you, because you definitely have keys that nobody else in the room is going to bring.
And Dasha, let me ask you this question, because you always representing, you know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of times just in the culture that we live in America, right? What imagery don't you like that you see when it comes to Latina culture? That's something that just kind of grinds your gears. And what were you happy to show in this movie? What were you guys happy to display in this film to kind of change people's perception, maybe?
Imagery. Oh my God, if we go down that rabbit hole.
That's a big question.
I'm good for those. I have a list. A scroll.
Right.
No, but is the misconception that Latinx is so complex and difficult to understand. That really grinds my gears. Yeah. We're under a huge umbrella, the Latinx community, right? And we come from so many different countries, but storytelling should not have just one lens. It should be able to be shifted, and that we see different perceptions. And so I think the movie does a great way of introducing the Heights, Washington Heights, a predominantly Dominican community, but then instilling all these stories and all these origins and speaking a universal language through music, through adversity, and by one concept, having a dream. So I love that about working on this film, that we were able to just tell a story respectfully and authentically.
Jimmy, I've been a fan since you've been running Scared, man, and to see you
Chi-Town, in Chi-Town.
Yes, sir. And to see you doing this role, I love it, because you've been through the hardships, and I'm a parent as well, so I'm pulling different things that I relate to in this movie. I'm a parent as well, right? So I know what that's like, to make sure they're trying to get to school and graduate, and you want to set them up for a better life. You really held it down in that character. And I want to know if there's any times where you maybe had to go against your parents' wishes in order for you to make it in the career that you're in right now.
Right. Finding your own path. It's a universal theme that I think everybody can relate to. And with my parents, we didn't come from a theatrical background. So it was just about, we want you to get an education, to do better. That's what we came here for our kids to do better than we did. Whether it's an immigrant from another country or a migrant from one part of the country to another country, and you wind up in a community or a neighborhood, you want better for your children, and there are expectations. But then the whole thing about what is home, where do I fit in, all of those things are there in the movie, big time.
Miss Olga, you did an amazing job in this movie. You represent that aunt, that person that just holds you down in your life, and not just you. Obviously, for the movie, you take care of the whole neighborhood. And I just thought that character was so important, because a lot of times people can't necessarily go to their parents or, things of that nature. And for me, you kind of remind me of my mother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she was raising us. She took in two of my cousins. There were other people in my neighborhood who at times couldn't go home and whatever situations they were going through with their parents. You represented that for me in this movie. And I was like, man, I really love to see that. Can you talk to me a little bit about how important it is for somebody to have a person like, you know, Abuela in their life?
That is so touching what you just said about you personally, Kyle. I appreciate that. I mean, I don't think it's very important to honor these women that are overlooked, that are invisible sometimes. And I made her into a person, I tried to make her into that quintessential matriarch that is all giving, all supportive. You can go to her for advice. She has so much wisdom. And if she walked down the street, you would never know, right? Little old lady walking down the street. But these ladies, they have such wisdom. They've been through it all. I get goosebumps talking about it.
You didn't try. You did it, though. You didn't try. You did it. You made
Thank
it
you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You mentioned, Kyle, this whole thing about Abuela Claudia, and we all know that woman. That's the backbone of our community, right? That supports us and keeps us and moves us to the next level.
Absolutely. They're giving me the rap already, but I wanted to say this to you, Corey. It was very interesting seeing Dr. Dre dancing around in them New York streets, brother.
Hey, wide breadth of experience, my friend. You know what I'm saying? We gotta rep all of it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No, you all did a great job, and you're showing your range as an actor. I appreciate all of you. Please come to Chicago, visit us, man. We're looking forward to seeing y'all soon. All right.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you so
brother.
much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Kyle.
you were amazing. Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you, Kyle. Love to
Appreciate
shine.
y'all.
Love Chi-Town. Love Chi-Town.
Thank
Peace
you.
and blessings.
Peace.
Yes.
Yes.
Peace.